How's it? Today is Monday, July 1st. It's the first of the month. We're focusing on recovery this week. I know I talked about it a little bit on Saturday, but Saturday was a short day because I slept a little too late. And guess what happened today? The same damn thing. I had to cut my snatch work today a little bit short. So you see here that I have my snatch push press plus overhead squat. I did my snatch doubles and then I omitted the snatch pulls altogether. Still did my little accessories, but I don't know. I woke up today at like 9 o'clock and I was like, okay, cool. This is perfect time. I'm going to eat my breakfast, which I ate very quickly. And then I was like, okay, it's a little bit of time, so I'm going to lay back down. And then I ended up laying back down until like 12 o'clock. And I was like, uh-oh. Let's figure out what's going to happen next. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll just go to the gym and see if I can get through everything as quickly as I can. So this means that my snatch push press plus overhead squat for normally I take probably like 20 kilo jumps, but today I went bar 60, 100, and then went up to 115, which is my top weight today. This is the set right here. It is 5 kilos up from last week, which this was actually really, really challenging. I wasn't able to kind of just bounce into the catch to pressing it overhead. And so I was like, okay, just take my time, do what I can, make sure that I get all the reps so I don't fail and have to redo everything all over again, because that would be upsetting and that would take a lot of time. And I was super happy that I was able to do this. Like 115 is pretty heavy, you know. That is my ultimate goal weight for snatching, but I'm pretty far away from that right now. I missed 100 a billion times on Friday. Speaking of Friday, this is what my coach told me about my lifts on Friday. I sent him all the videos, all of them with side-by-side angles and all these things that I upload to YouTube. And like a lot of the things he was saying is exactly what I was trying to do. So you see here he says that my chest is a little in front. You can pause and read this whole thing, of course, but he says my chest is a little in front after the knee, and that is something that I am trying my best to keep on top of. So I try my best to keep my chest up rather than pushing it out forward. So sometimes when I get to heavier weights, it feels like that is what's happening. But like for me today, when I'm looking at these lifts, especially like right there, that 80, that was pretty solid. I did that exactly how I've been intending it to happen. Same thing here with the 90. And one thing that he was telling me more about was to kind of pull my elbows up, which is keeping my elbows, I guess, more vertical before I end up pulling under the bar, which kind of allows me to develop a better pull and keep the bar closer to me. This is my first set here at 94, by the way, which I end up failing. I failed two reps today, but I still made all 3 sets of 2. But yeah, like I guess if you are able to hold on to that elbow going vertical a little bit longer, the bar itself is going to be it's more under your arms, and then you're able to keep the bar significantly closer to you as you're moving through the weight. I've said this cue a few times recently, but mostly in the past, like probably over a year ago. But I tried to lift like Lasha, basically kind of cocking my wrist down, and then when I cock my wrist down, it allows me to keep the bar a little bit closer to my body as well. In addition to that, I think of the way that my elbows should be moving is my elbows should be moving up, back, and then through, up, back, and around. It's something that I've said in the past as well. Like this here, that first rep was fucking solid. But like those two things really allow me to keep the bar close to my body. And it, like as a person who's been lifting for so long, it's very, very, very easy to get away from the fundamentals that to work. Especially when something small can cause you to miss a lot of lifts, and then you think you might have to like re-examine everything that you're doing, and you try to change something that's not necessarily wrong. And maybe not even that, maybe you just kind of are focusing on another cue that is taking the forefront of all your thoughts, right? And so that is probably what has been happening lately, is that I'm focusing a little bit too much on the start position of my pull, which I think is still very, very important. I think if you have a bad pull and everything else is good in the lift, you can still miss the lift. But I think if you have a fundamentally sound pull and there are a few other things in the lift a little bit after the pull that are less than advantageous, then there's still a chance that you're going to make the lift. You know, here's my last set here. I think I'm executing the way that I want to on this last set, kind of extending and pulling with the arms, keeping my chest in line with the bar. I know I'm not doing it to the degree that I know I can, but given how this set went versus the first set, you know, like it's a marked improvement. So that's super impactful, I guess. I think if I hadn't missed any of my lifts, I would have had time to do my pulls today. So that is like one of those things that, like, if I lifted well, if I lifted and executed properly, like my time management was gonna be good. So yeah, it is what it is. I still made them all, so like that's still a big positive for me. You know, I feel like I learned a lot from all of the fails that I encountered today. I did my pull-ups here. Actually, I'm going to show you something that I was listening to today. I actually listen to this a lot when I try to focus in. So it's usually reggae, but lately I've been listening to Taiko, and I'm actually in that video. That's a Stanford Taiko video. But I've been listening to Taiko a lot, and it's helping me stay like calm, especially a piece like that. I was listening to it for a lot of my snatches today, and especially my pull-ups here. And then I did whatever these are called. I don't know what these are called, but maybe like leave a comment, let me know. Like I've seen them before. I don't know what they're called. They're extremely hard. I'm trying to get to doing one set of 5 and then maybe doing a few sets of 5, but today I did one set of 3 and then one set of 1. Yeah, I mean, I feel like if I focus on my recovery like I want to do for this week, I'm going to be able to sleep more, eat better, and all these things. So we'll see what happens. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Shoots.